Right, we absolutely love this next character and illustrator. It is the one and only Highway Rat, illustrated by the genius Axel Scheffler and written by the legendary Julia Donaldson. So let's get this rat started. Now we're going to start off with the top of his head underneath his highwayman's cap. Okay, so we'll do something like this. We'll bring that around to show his little nose, which will sit somewhere like that. And then his cute little mouth is going to come up like that, with a couple of rather buck teeth, like so. We're then going to get some little hairy bits, like that. We're going to come across like this for his mask, like so. And then his eye is going to be in there somewhere. What you'll find with Axel Scheffler's characters is the eye, the pupil's often looking kind of as if it's looking back. Quite interesting. I'm just going to thicken up these lines a little bit. There we go. We'll have some whiskers. And I'm pressing more lightly doing the whiskers because I want those lines to be thinner, so I just press a bit more lightly with my Sharpie. Your little whiskers here. And then his hat. So his hat's going to come up and it's going to come down. And again, if you haven't read this book, even older children, even adults, it's so funny. And I won't tell the end, but he's a pretty mean rat, and it doesn't end all too well for him. And then he sees the error of his ways. It's very funny. So then we've got this kind of rather sort of fancy feather, which is going to be coming out of his hat. He's got some little frilly bits, like so. He's going around, and then the top of his hat, which can do something like that. Again, we thicken up some of these lines. Okay, so that's his head. We'll then do the front of his rather kind of frilly, fancy, flamboyant, oh, that was a nice alliteration there, frilly, fancy, flamboyant frock, or the frilly, fancy, flamboyant frock. So there it is, there's the front of it, with a funny little wobbly bit here, and perhaps a little piece here. And then we've got his arm, and he's holding up a sword, because he rather fancies himself as a bit of a swordsman. That's going to come down like that. So a bit more frilly stuff here. And then we'll just have his little claws coming through there. There may be one there. And we've got the bottom of the sword here. And it's one of those things that protects your hands when you're sword fighting, like that. And then it comes up and it comes down. Again, I'm using the side of the pen there to get a thinner line. And something like that. Okay, so there's his sword. And then over here, he's kind of got his hand on his thigh. Again, thinking he's looking rather dandy. That's a good word, dandy. And a little bit more for this coat. And then we got his legs. So, yeah, let's just do that. Right, so leg coming down like this. And of course, he's got his rather fancy boots tucked in to his trousers, or breeches as they probably are called. And then down we go. I'll do this one first. So boots, there's the heel. Nice sort of pointy boots, like that. And there we go. Okay. We'll do him standing. Some little plants. A couple little bits of hatching lines for shading. I think probably need to make his coat a little bit longer because it comes out here a little bit. And last but not least, he's a rat. And rats obviously have very long tails. And there we have the highway rat. So, let's get this rat coloured in. And I guess we're going to be using various different greys. But it's going to take a little bit of time, so we're going to speed the film up and we're going to get this rat coloured in. So, let's go. Thank you for joining us today, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Art Room Studios, and check out all of our other videos. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.